Hey there, we're taking a look at the Halo Infinite campaign running on the AMD Ryzen 5 5500U. Now, the game is currently running at the in-game resolution pretty much set to 1080p, but the real render resolution is set to about 71% of that, so a little bit over 720p. It's about the lowest that the game will really let you go down to. Overall, the performance that we're getting at that with the lowest in-game graphical settings is it's not incredible by any means. So this is at the stock 15-watt TDP of this chip. The performance that we're getting is just for the most part passable, but it's nothing incredible. Those 1% lows are pretty brutal, and really it's those frame times that you're looking at where it's consistent spikes that are just happening constantly that really make this feel a lot less smooth than what it really should at a 30 FPS experience. It's really just the fact that those 1% lows are just looking really bad. Those frame times are brutal. It's overall not going to be the greatest experience ever, but you can't get away with playing the game like this. It's definitely not going to be a mind-blowing experience, but you are going to at least be able to play the game if you really want to play it like this. Of course, we can raise the TDP of the chip to try to squeeze out a bit more performance out of this here, and really what we're trying to do is level out those 1% lows because they are pretty brutal here. Unfortunately, raising the TDP doesn't do as much as I was hoping it would. The 1% lows do still continue to struggle, but you'll see just looking a little bit here at how it is right now. Overall, the frame times are pretty brutal here with just the 15-watt TDP. So now let's jump over to the 25 watts to see how it actually compares. As you can see, what really ends up happening is that we just see a slight improvement in averages and the 1% lows, but really it's nothing to write home about. It's not going to be anything that's going to be life-changing. It's definitely overall still struggling to provide a decent gaming experience. It's passable. It's not going to be amazing though. This really feels like I'm playing Halo Reach on the Xbox 360 all over again, because that definitely wasn't the greatest experience. But I mean, I played the game like that, and it is one of my favorite games as a kid. So it's one of those things where while this might not be the greatest thing ever, you can still at least get away with playing the game like this. It's just a shame that we don't have really the headroom to do much more here, but really you can see that overall what's happening here is just the fact that we're in a very intense area, and the 1% lows are really taking a beating here, and this is really about as intense as it's gonna get in this game, and it really is pretty taxing on the system here. So it's definitely struggling to keep up. Really, it seems like 16 gigabytes of RAM didn't do as much for this game as I was hoping it would, but it is at least a playable enough experience. But anyways, I hope you found this video useful. If you did, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.